Hey, Tripp Kramer here from TrippAdvice.com. What makes a woman desire you? Well, this is a big question. I mean, I could probably talk about this for 20 hours straight. In fact, I did for 10 hours straight in my program called Hooked, which you can check out at getherhooked.com or check out the link in the description below this video. And I go into detail step by step how to get a woman to desire you. But you're here in this video and you want the cliff notes. Again, it takes a lot to really describe how to do it and a lot of the technicalities, but it's good to know in a sense, in a whole, what is it that makes a woman say, oh my gosh, I like that guy, I want him. You might have heard some things before: confidence, maybe you've heard money, status, good looks, a guy who's assertive. Maybe you've heard what takes that is a guy just being bold and courageous and knowing how to flirt. Maybe you're searching on here or in Google or wherever how to talk to girls. Maybe you think it's the conversation or the words you say. In a sense, it's kind of a little bit of all those, but I've broken it down into, maybe you've heard this before, into my acronym called TED, T-E-D, Tension, Entertainment, and Dominance. That is the main formula that I've been teaching for many years, and it's worked for many guys. Because in a sense, T.E.D is what makes a woman desire you, and not only when you first meet her, but when you're dating her, when you're in a relationship with her, when you guys are even married. It's not something that just happens off the bat, right? If you want a woman to desire you for a long time, you need to always be doing TED, Tension, Entertainment, and Dominance. And I'll be explaining on this video what each of those means and how you're going to be able to use that. So in order to understand TED, what you have to understand about desire is that desire or attraction is not a choice. Famous dating coach David D'Angelo said that, and he means that it's not a choice because we don't choose who we're attracted to. You don't look at a woman and say, oh, I'm going to try to be attracted to her. It doesn't work that way. You know that. And it doesn't work that way for women either. So what this means is that what's happening is it's a biological reaction. It's a chemical reaction happening in your brain and in her brain that says, whoa, there's something about this guy. And what's happening is a female is attracted to masculine traits, and those all come up in tension, entertainment, and dominance, okay? Now, I know you want me to get to what that is, but you won't know how to use that unless you understand that core concept. Again, biological reaction, not a choice. She has to see and feel the masculine traits inside of you to feel that desire, okay? So let's get into this. First, tension is the idea, I said this earlier, of flirting, okay? Flirting or creating sexual tension with the woman that you're with. And like I said, this is not something you do just when you first meet her. Sexual tension always has to be there from the moment you meet, and if you're looking for a relationship, in the relationship, and if you're looking for marriage, in marriage. You need that sexual tension all the time. Tension is created by what's called push and pull, by doing something that might cause a disagreement between you two, and then something that kind of releases that tension and then makes her feel good. So an example might be you not agreeing with something that she says, or you having your own opinion, or you having your own sense of humor, the things that you like, right? These are things that create sexual tension because you're showing her that you're not going to be doing things just for her, and you're not very needy for her, okay? A lot of things that make a girl unattracted are senses of neediness, showing that you're not your own person, but you're trying to sort of adapt to who she is, and that does not create sexual tension. What creates sexual tension is playfully teasing her, or disagreeing with her, and then after all that kind of metaphorical push, you pull her in with a compliment, or you pull her in by looking at her in the eyes while you talk to her, showing and asserting that dominance, right? That shows that, hey, I'm not afraid to be connecting with you, communicating with you, and giving that eye contact is showing her, whoa, this guy is interested. And that slight interest right there builds that sexual tension. Again, more on this in my program Hooked, where I can dissect more techniques on how to do it. But as a starter, to understand desire, know that sexual tension has to be there. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is E, entertainment. And I'm going to describe what this is in the sense when you first meet her, but also in a relationship, okay? So entertainment is this idea of providing entertainment for yourself. So it's going into an interaction or being with a woman, and whatever the interaction is like, you're entertaining yourself. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you go up to a girl and you start talking with her, or maybe you're on a date and you're asking questions that you really don't care the answers to, right? A lot of guys ask, like, what do you do for a living? And how long have you been here for? And how long have you lived here for? And how long have you been at your job? And how do you like it? And, oh, cool, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, I don't know, dumb interview questions that a lot of guys ask when, let's be honest, you don't really care. You're just doing anything you can to keep up the conversation. And I get it. I get it. You're using those things because it is difficult to have conversations with women, so you kind of just go with the basics. However, let's use entertainment instead. Let's entertain yourself. Why don't you think about asking her questions that you're actually interested in? So when she answers, you're going to follow up with questions where you're like, oh, interesting, like tell me more about that, or what was that like? Or maybe you're going to entertain yourself by bringing up topics of conversation that are interesting to you, or just riffing off of a topic that is something that you like to talk about, something that you just learned, something that you're interested in, something that you want to share with her. And again, this can be not just when you just meet her, but in a relationship too. I even like the idea of using this concept of entertainment, self-amusement, entertaining yourself when you're in a relationship by doing the things that you want to do. A lot of guys get caught up in relationships and they make that the priority. Why not also be making yourself a priority, doing fun things that you like to do, and inviting her along? And if she wants to come, great, and if not, so what? You should always be entertaining yourself and always have an interesting life that's interesting to you so she can join that. Women want to be able to join and combine the interesting lives, okay, not just, be the provider of that. So make sure that you're always entertaining yourself. Let's go on to number 3, that's a D, okay, T.E.D, TED. Dominance. Dominance is very simple, but a lot of guys forget to do it. And that's okay. A lot of guys just don't know. But dominance is leading the interaction. Women are attracted to men who lead. They want to be led, okay? It is very sexy because it's showing that you are fearless, courageous, confident. Remember I said earlier in the video, confidence is something that you might think is attractive to a woman. Well, it is. And you show confidence by leading interaction. You're the one who's going to be approaching. You're the one who's going to be going in for the kiss, finding out where the date is going to be. You're going to be the one who is leading her, and she will come along. Of course, I'm not saying that you lead so much where if she ever wants to take the lead that you stop her. No, of course, if you're in a relationship and she's like, hey, let's do this weekend, let's do this. And you're like, no, we should do this. That's going to be unattractive because then that's asserting too much dominance, which means that you're just trying to control her. So it's not about control as much as it is leading the interaction. My program Hooked goes deeper into this. Again, you can check it out at getherhooked.com. The link is in the description below. And basically what I talk about, what you should understand now, is that tension, entertainment, and dominance, while simple, one of the more challenging parts of it, which can totally be learned, and you can do this, is it's not a linear sequence. It's not like, hey, let's throw in some tension, because then after that you have to entertain yourself, and after that you have to lead. This is something that's always happening. It's always happening in all the interactions with the woman that you're with. You're always creating sexual tension. You're always entertaining yourself. You're always leading, or at least jumping through all 3 of those all the time. In fact, this can be your little checklist whenever you're going out, meeting women, or maybe you're setting up dates, or maybe you're even dating one woman right now, or in a long-term relationship. Are you creating sexual tension? Are you entertaining yourself? And are you leading? Are those parts of the relationship or interaction with the woman that you're with? So think of that as a checklist. And again, I go deeper into this and how to apply this in the Hooked program. Check that out. Thousands of guys already have it. I hope that helps and gives you a little bit of a roadmap. I know for some of you who watch the channel a lot, this might be a review for you because I do mention it from time to time, but understand that desire and attraction are created by you being able to display your masculinity, and that can all be done through TED.